Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of Aidan's Builds. It's been a while. It's been 7 months, going on to 8, I guess. My last upload was April 28th of this year. I'm only 115 subscribers away from partnership, so that's exciting. Today there's not going to be any sort of building going on. I just want to kind of talk about a few things. I want to give a special thanks, start off with that, talk about what happened, why I haven't been uploading. This segment on Nick's garage, which kind of ties into everything. I also want to give an update on the 496, because I know that's where a lot of my viewers come from, as well as talk about some potential future video ideas. So let's get into it. As I mentioned, I'd like to start with giving a special thanks. So first of all, if you're watching this video, thank you. Really means a lot. You know, when I started this YouTube thing, I thought, maybe 40 people will see these videos and 30 of them will be my friends or family, but it's taken off quite a bit. My videos get quite a significant amount of views for how new they are. I was shocked. It's not something I was ever expecting. It was almost overwhelming, but in a good way. I appreciate everyone that watches. It means a lot, and if you guys weren't watching, there'd almost be no sense in doing this. So I want to give a couple special shout outs though. First of all, I'd like to give a special thanks to my boss, Sen, who without him, he's really built a foundation for me for building engines and stuff. And I think without him as a mentor, who knows what I'd be doing? Probably not this. I'd probably be stuck at a dealership somewhere and not building engines, but here I am. So thank you, Sen. I'd like to thank Joseph Lemieux. Joseph, you watch all my videos, you comment on all my videos, you're like my #1 supporter. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. I want to give a shout out to all my friends and family. They do continue to watch my videos and share my videos. It's kind of funny. It's cool when people are proud of you for something, and especially my friends. Like I've had people and almost make a point of saying like I knew what you were like in high school. Now, like you're kind of teaching people things. I don't know, maybe it's kind of a backhanded compliment or something, but I'll still take it as a compliment. I want to thank Mark from Miranda Engines in Alberta. He was the first person to reach out to me through my videos. He actually reached out to me on Instagram. He said about a year prior he built a similar motor and he was just kind of giving me specs, but now we talk frequently. He gives me advice and stuff sometimes, so it's kind of cool, and it's neat to share someone and make a connection based off the passion and someone you can talk to about stuff that you can relate to, right? So I appreciate that. Thank you, Mark. I want to give a shout out to some of the guys at Nick's garage. I'll touch more on that in this video. Nick himself, his best friend Johnny Zonta, and one of his old apprentices, actually, Leo. Leo and I have become friends. Now that we got the special thanks out of the way, I'll kind of talk about what happened and why I stopped filming. I guess there's a few reasons. So one reason being, a big one, is work really picked up, right? In the marine industry, that's our busiest time. April, that's kind of right into our season, right? So it's just more focused on work. There was a point in time I was looking to move to Quebec. I got offered a job from Nick at Nick's garage. We're trying to find me a place there. It didn't happen, but that also, with me in the move, it cost me my relationship at the time. So, I was going through the breakup and everything, but also because of that, I moved out of that living situation, living alone, which has been great. But on that too, so I've been dating around and stuff, right? So not making videos, not building engines, or too busy chasing women, right? It's okay though. We're getting back into it. Um, yeah. So with work, with dating thing, there's just kind of a lot going on, and also a lot goes into these videos. I know it doesn't always seem it, but when you take in like the editing and the music and stuff, it's almost a full-time job, right? Even to film something, like to film a build or film a certain task, it's say it takes like 4 or 5 times the length of what it would just take to do if I wasn't filming it, because you got to get the right angles and everything, and then the editing. It's a whole task, and I don't even do a whole lot. Like my videos are pretty basic. I only use Windows Movie Maker. Um, but one big thing I really don't like, but I know it kind of brings the videos together, is the music selection. With YouTube, you're kind of limited. Like I don't want to get hit with copyright claim, or because either they'll take the video right down or they'll mute it all, which is when you're doing instructional videos, it's not going to be any good without any audio, right? A couple other things in my life. I got a puppy. Let me go grab him. This is my boy Zeus. He's 3 months old at this point. He's a big love bug. I take him with me everywhere. He comes to the shop. He's more of a companion than a pet. Don't eat my IQ. But yeah, he's been keeping me really busy too. Someone that's never owned a dog. I've just had cats my whole life. I've got the one cat at my apartment. The two of them seem to be getting along fine, so that's good. But yeah, never owned a dog, especially not a puppy. He's a lot of work, aren't you? You chewing on me? Okay. Okay, Zeus. Good boy. You want to go back to your crate? Come on. Let's go. Let's go, buddy. So yeah, Zeus has definitely been a handful for me, but I wouldn't trade him for the world. He's learning fast. He's catching on and adjusting to things great. He does really well in the shop. He's too young right now, so I can't just kind of have him wandering about. He does spend it all in the crate, but the noises, nothing seems to bother him, so that's good. So I guess yeah, it basically boils down to time and other priorities, and that's kind of why I stopped filming. Yeah. Nick and I met at Motorama, and actually I met his best friend first, Johnny Zonta. We got to talking, and we just talking and stuff, and it came up that I did the YouTube thing, and I build engines myself. I'm really into hot rods, and so he put me in contact with Nick there, and yeah, like offered me a job on the spot, which is really weird, right? Like I'm a fan of Nick's Garage, and I watch him, and I just thought, I'm like, okay, it'll be cool to go see this guy that I watch and kind of look up to a bit, and wasn't expecting to be offered a job. And at the time, honestly, I didn't even really believe it. I just thought, okay, well, let's see how serious he really is. And he was really serious. Like he was offering, they were trying their best to find me an apartment in Quebec. Um, it's it was difficult. There was the language barrier. I live in Ontario, so it was kind of tried to like go down there and set up dates where we'd see a few at a time. Nick was offering me like personal furniture and stuff to try and make the move happen. But at the end of it, everything I was looking for in Quebec for an apartment just kind of landed in my lap here in Ontario. I have a really nice place. It's waterfront. It's got a big backyard, 2 parking spaces, so it's perfect. And yeah, there's no bad blood against Nick or anything. I went to his barbecue, the meet and greet. I got some subscribers that day too. I know some of you were looking forward to me starting there, but unfortunately it didn't happen. That's okay. You know, there's no bad blood between us. I've still got this shirt. It's the Nick's Garage shirt. And on the back there, it's staff. I was very fortunate that my current boss, Sen, he was very supportive through the process too. You know, Sen told me something that really stuck with me. He said, you know, the only regrets I have in life are the things that I didn't do. And even though I chose to stay with Sen in the end, it just made more sense, the living situation. And I got a bit of a raise at work, and we're working towards slowly a partnership. But yeah, for him to support me like that, I think that's a sign of a good leader, good mentor. And I stuck with him anyways. So I guess everything worked out in the end. I said going to that meet and greet, I got to meet Leo as well, and just being in that same age group, being young guys in the cars, we set it off really well, and we talked quite a bit. So it's cool, and it's cool to still be able to call Nick and Johnny and Leo my friends. I met his nephew Nico as well. They're all really cool people. Met the cameraman George. Yeah, so everything, it's been a lot that's happened in these past few months. It just kind of, it's hard to believe that the year's almost done because so much has happened. I want to give an update on the 496 as well. So at the moment, I have an oil pump, an oil pan, and a timing chain cover. That's all I have for parts. So there's going to be another at least 3 episodes. I'm kind of undecided on what to do with the heads. Like Mark that I mentioned earlier, he thinks I should just get a set of aluminum heads. I know the cast iron heads will be cheaper to build, though they do need machining. My only concern about that is I've been porting and polishing them, and I know like I have no real way to measure it, right? So I'm kind of worried that I might almost be hurting the head. Like a poor port and polish job can actually be worse than no port and polish job, right? So I'm kind of at the point where I've got no way to check my work, and also like to buy new valves and um they need valve stems. Sorry, not valve stems. Valve guides and stuff, right? They're a little loose. And valve seats too. I think they might need some new seats. It'll have to get cut anyways. So right now it's like I dumped the money into the heads without being able to measure it. Am I setting myself further back by doing that? I don't know, and I have no real way to tell. So maybe if anyone in Ontario maybe knows anyone that does head work, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or even drop a comment on YouTube. My Instagram is just Aidan's Builds. You can find me on there, and yeah, you can shoot me a direct message. It'd be super helpful. I know they'd be cheaper to build, but again, without being able to know if my port and polish is just any good, there's no sense in me buying. So I'm kind of at a stop there with the 496 after I get these just the oil, I guess, system put into it at this point. My plans to dual carb it, and then after the heads, there's your intake, the carbs, the build will kind of be done. My plan for that, the big finale for that, besides putting in the actual car, is I do plan on taking it down to Nick's garage for a dyno test. So he was hoping it makes it, because yeah, at this point, and it's funds, right? It's quite a bit of money invested into the build at the moment, and I know to take it to where I want it, it's still gonna be quite a bit more. Like you're taking heads into account, and the intake itself I'm looking at is pretty pricey as well with the dual carbs. But it's my build. I want to do it how I want it, and I want to do it right. So I can't promise any sort of time frame, but I do plan on seeing the project through. On that, I want to talk about some other video ideas. Right now, I think I've got like 3 or 4 episodes worth of just shop stuff filmed. Um, because it's winter, it's our slower season, so I might be doing some boat assembly videos. Not boat assembly, sorry, some boat engine assembly videos. It's probably not going to be in the same level of detail as this 496 build is, but we'll see. And yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say for now. I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys subscribing. Like I said, we're really close to that partnership. At the time, I'm 385 subscribers, so YouTube partnership. This before monetization, I believe, but I'm only 115 subscribers away, so that's exciting. And I wouldn't be here without you guys, so I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really know that helps with the videos too. Feel free to share my content, and yeah, I'm hoping to really get back into it. I appreciate your guys' support. Thanks for watching. It's almost mid-December here. This year's been flying, so I may as well say it now. Happy holidays.